What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Logitech G915 wireless mechanical keyboard. So I was always skeptical when it came to wireless products, but for roughly 2 years now I've been using this, the wireless G403 by Logitech, and I've had zero issues with it. And to be honest with you, I can't even tell the difference between a wired mouse and a wireless mouse when it comes to response time. So is this $250 wireless keyboard worth it? Let's find out. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed to show you exactly what it comes with. There's nothing new here with the Logitech packaging. As you can see, this is the G915. Now keep in mind, as you're watching this, they do make a wired version of this keyboard. It would be the 815 instead of the 915, and it runs $50 cheaper. This one's $250. The 815 is $200 or $199. If you want to check or compare both out, just go down to the description. I have links to both of them. Let's go ahead and get this open, see what it comes with. As you can see, you got some Logitech packaging there. Flip that out, and you have the keyboard itself. The keyboard looks very sleek. On first glance, you can see it has the brushed aluminum look on the base here. And then you do have your number pad, your full keyboard, your G keys, M1 through 3 with an MR. You can switch between Lightspeed and Bluetooth. That's kind of handy. If you wanted to switch, if you wanted to plug the Lightspeed dongle into one computer and Bluetooth to a laptop or another computer, you can switch quickly between the two of them. I really like this. For instance, if you have a work computer and your personal or your work from home, you can switch between two computers very quickly. You got the LED indicators for caps lock and battery, the Lightspeed logo, your volume rocker, as well as some media keys. On the top, you have your charging port and your on and off switch. On the bottom, you have a two-step angle here, so you can angle it a little bit or you can angle it more. With that, this thing is very, very thin. I can't actually believe that Logitech was able to make this product this thin. Part of the reason they've been able to do that is the actuation. These keys have a very short actuation stroke, and we'll go ahead and test it out to see how much I like it compared to my other keyboard. On the bottom of the packaging, you obviously have some paperwork, your braided USB-A to, this is micro, isn't it? Yeah, that's a micro cable. I wish that Logitech would move to USB-C. You know, you're spending $250 on a product, and USB-C's kind of been taking over, and Logitech's been switching other products over to it. I really wish that was a USB-C. And then here you have the adapter, so you can plug this in and plug your adapter into it, or you can just USB that right into your computer. That's the Lightspeed dongle. And that's everything that it comes with. Okay, I also wanted to just show you a quick comparison between the two keyboards. This one up top here is the 810. This is what I've currently been using. And this one down here is the new G915. So as you can see, this is a little bit wider than the 810, but it sits lower. And even if I move these up, even if I angle it up, this actually is still higher than the top point on this keyboard. So keep that in mind. This keyboard sits a little bit lower overall, and that's just because of the form factor. But just to kind of compare some keys, I'll go ahead and do that now so you can get an idea on how the clicky keys sound. Okay, so what are my thoughts, right? Well, I've been using this keyboard now for a little over a week as my daily driver. I pretty much took my old keyboard out, put this one in its place, and said I'm going to do everything that I would normally do with the other keyboard, but with this new wireless one. Really wanted to put it through its paces. So I've been doing things like typing emails, web browsing, writing the script for this video, as well as playing some video games like League of Legends, Overwatch, Diablo. I try to do a big variety of video games. And let me get this first thing out of the way about the wireless connectivity. Honestly, I can't even tell a difference between the wireless and the wired keyboard. A matter of fact, I actually thought that this new wireless G915 ended up having a faster response time than my wired keyboard. Now this could be due to the short actuation of the actual switches, so it's kind of tricking me a little bit, but I can tell you right out the gate, I never saw any difference between the wired and wireless. A matter of fact, it was seamless to me. Just like any new piece of gaming gear, it took me a few days to kind of get used to typing on it and kind of like the creature comforts, just knowing that you were hitting the right keys without really thinking about it. The actuation on the keys are a little bit shorter, as I already mentioned, and the keyboard itself sits lower. So if you're used to having like an armrest or something, it just kind of it was a different adjustment on the height. So just keep that in mind if you're looking at purchasing it. It's very thin, so it sits lower than the other keyboard, just like I showed you earlier in the video. Overall though, after a couple days, everything was normal, and I was using it without making a lot of typing errors, without really thinking about what I was actually clicking. Also, I meant to mention there's two other types versions of this keyboard. Later on, I'll kind of go over that, but I'll always put a link in the description below. The ones that I have are the GL Clickies. If you don't like that clicky sound, you don't need to get it. You can get different versions. Okay, so let's go over the things that I really like. The first thing being the wireless connectivity. Let's be honest, it's very nice not having to worry about cables running across your desk. I like having a clean look, and not having wires is nice. It goes very well with my wireless mouse. Also to note, I had zero issues with wireless connectivity. It worked perfectly fine. It only has a 1 millisecond response time with the Lightspeed technology, and I guess I'm just gonna have to take their word for it. Second thing that I really liked was the battery life. It's fantastic. Logitech says you will get 30 hours of it on one charge. Personally, I felt like I was getting way more, so I started searching online. And if you do not use the RGB, you'll get 1,200 hours of battery life on one single charge. If you do the math, it's like 50 days on a single charge. That's amazing. So depending on how bright you like your keyboard, you're gonna get anywhere from 30 to 1,200 hours of battery life. Third thing that I really like is the Logitech gaming software. One word, it's great. If you are using Logitech gaming peripherals currently, then this will fit right into your gaming layout. You can customize your RGB, customize your layout, gaming mode options, choose when the keyboard goes to sleep, saves battery life, and plenty of other options. I personally think that Logitech makes the best software for their peripherals over all the other gaming companies. I love it. Fourth thing that I like about this keyboard is that it's still a full-size keyboard. I personally like the full-size keyboard over the smaller versions. With this keyboard, you get programmable G keys, you get M buttons for switching profiles, function keys for switching between lightning mode and Bluetooth, gaming mode, brightness controls, everything. Lastly, you also get the media keys and number pad. There's just no sacrifices. Now, with all the positive things that I've kind of been mentioning about this keyboard, there are a few things that I'm gonna nitpick about. The very first thing being the micro USB. I wish that Logitech would switch it to a USB-C charging port. I think that when you're spending this much money on a laptop, you want to be future-proofed a little bit. And a lot of phones are moving to it. A lot of media devices are using USB-C. It's just handy if you can use one cable to kind of charge them all. I wish Logitech would have done that. Second thing that I wanted to kind of nitpick at is some of the media keys and the buttons up top. They're a little mushy. There's no tactile response to pushing them. They light up and you can see that you're using them, but there is no tactile response. And the one and final thing I'm going to complain about, that is the price. This is a $250 keyboard. It's pretty expensive. For the exact same price or cheaper than $250, you can get a really good headset, a really good gaming keyboard, and a really good mouse, and still have some money left over to spare. So overall, if you want what I'm calling the best low profile mechanical keyboard on the market, and you have $250 to spend, here's your keyboard. It's amazing. You're gonna like it, and you're really gonna enjoy it. But if not, and you want to save a little money and maybe not have all the bells and whistles and the wireless technology, I'll put a link below in the description to a full bundle that you can get that still is less than this keyboard. And I believe you'll be perfectly happy.
Hey, I just wanted to interrupt this video real quick. I got a knock on my door and I got these in the mail. So I wanted to let you know that I'm going to be doing a review on these. It's going to be coming up in probably a few days to a week. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button.
All right, well, that about wraps it up for the review. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.